Have you ever wondered if there's a secret, a master key capable of unlocking the doors to the reality you want to live in? In a world that seems to spin faster and faster, where we're bombarded by information and distractions, the search for control, for deeper meaning, and for the ability to shape our own destiny becomes more intense than ever. We talk a lot about manifestation, about attracting abundance, health, and happiness. But how many people actually feel like they're holding the reins of their own lives? Maybe you've already tried all sorts of techniques, visualizations, affirmations, and still, the reality that unfolds before your eyes seems to resist your deepest desires. Why? Is something missing? The answer might lie hidden in ancient wisdom, guarded for millennia, whispered through the ages by those who dared to look beyond the veil of illusion. We're talking about the Hermetic tradition, a body of knowledge attributed to the legendary figure Hermes Trismegistus, often associated with the Egyptian god Thoth, the divine scribe, master of wisdom, magic, and writing itself. Imagine having access to the fundamental principles that govern not only the visible universe, but the very structure of reality. Principles that, once understood and mastered, promise not just clarity, but the real power to manifest any reality. Get ready, because we're about to embark on a fascinating journey into the depths of Hermetic knowledge, uncovering the 3 essential pillars that Thoth left us. This isn't just another video about positive thinking. It's an invitation to awaken the creative power that lies dormant within you. Pay close attention, because what you're about to hear could radically transform the way you perceive and interact with the world around you. The key to your manifestation is closer than you think. He who grasps the truth of the mental nature of the universe is well advanced on the path to mastery. You wake up, make your decisions, interact with the world, firmly believing that you're in control, that each step is the result of your own free will. But what if I told you that this feeling of control might largely be a well-crafted illusion? What if invisible forces, universal laws operating silently behind the scenes of existence, are constantly shaping your experience, often without you being even slightly aware of it? Think about your life right now, your relationships, your health, your financial situation, your dominant emotions. Did you really choose every detail consciously, or do many of these aspects seem to have just happened? The truth, according to Hermetic wisdom, is that we live immersed in a complex energetic field, a sort of cosmic hologram where our thoughts, beliefs, and deepest vibrations act as the projectors that create the image we call reality. The world you're experiencing today isn't necessarily a direct product of your present conscious and deliberate choices, but rather a reflection, a faithful mirror of your dominant inner state, of the unconscious programming you carry, of the energies you emit without realizing it. It's like sailing through an ocean guided by invisible underwater currents. You might try to paddle in a certain direction, but it's those hidden forces that ultimately determine your course. That idea might seem unsettling, maybe even a little scary. The notion that we're not fully in control can shake us to our core. But there's a deep beauty in this revelation. If our reality is a reflection, it means it's not fixed, it's not unchangeable. It means that by understanding the laws that govern it, we can learn to adjust the projector, to change the reflection. The key to that transformation, the instruction manual for navigating these invisible currents, was left to us thousands of years ago by Thoth, the master of wisdom. These are powerful principles, capable of putting the steering wheel of your life back in your own hands. However, this knowledge remained hidden, accessible only to a few, and even today, almost no one knows how to fully use it. But if the idea that our reality reflects our inner world is so powerful, why do most people still struggle to manifest the life they desire? Why do so many courses, books, and techniques on the law of attraction seem to fail at delivering consistent results for most people? The answer lies in a subtle, yet persistent veil that clouds our perception, the veil of illusion. We've been conditioned from birth to believe that the external world is the only reality that exists, that we're merely products of circumstance, passive victims of chance or fate, society, education, and even many traditions reinforce the idea that power lies outside of us, in money, in status, in possessions, in the approval of others. We stay focused on the material world, on our five senses, ignoring the vast inner landscape from which true creation arises. We try to change the reflection in the mirror without ever looking at the face producing it. It's like trying to clear up a reflection on a murky lake without bothering to purify the water. Manifestation, as popularly taught, often stays on the surface, repeating positive affirmations while the subconscious screams limiting beliefs, visualizing wealth while feeling internally scarce, craving love while vibrating fear and insecurity. What's missing is depth, an understanding of the underlying laws that actually govern the process. What's missing is the realization that it's not enough to want something. You have to be the vibration of what you desire. Most people fail because they operate from a paradigm of separation, seeing themselves as isolated beings trying to pull something from the universe instead of recognizing that they are the universe expressing itself. They try to impose their will on reality without realizing that true mastery comes from aligning with universal laws. The veil of illusion keeps us trapped on the surface, reacting to circumstances instead of consciously creating them from our core. We break our heads trying to decipher effects without ever investigating the root cause. That's why the Hermetic principles are so revolutionary. They don't offer tricks or shallow shortcuts. They invite us to tear through that veil, to look directly at the source of creation, our own mind, and to understand the cosmic gears that Thoth so wisely described. Only by transcending this illusion of separation and powerlessness can we begin to access the true power of manifestation that awaits us. The first pillar of manifestation, the all is mind, the universe is mental. Now that we've started to pull the thread that unravels the veil of illusion, we reach the heart of the first great secret passed down by Thoth, the fundamental principle on which all of Hermetic philosophy rests. The all is mind, the universe is mental. What does this really mean? It means that the fundamental reality, the primordial substance of everything that exists, from the tiniest subatomic particle to the vastness of galaxies, is mental in nature. The universe, in its entirety, can be understood as a giant cosmic mind, infinite and alive. And even more important for our manifestation journey, it means that your own mind is not a separate or isolated entity, but rather a spark of this universal mind, a focal point of consciousness within the all. Think about that for a moment. If the universe is mental, then everything we perceive as solid matter, energy, space, and time is, in essence, mental creations of this cosmic mind. They are thoughts, ideas, vibrational manifestations within a greater consciousness. And if your mind is an integral part of this consciousness, that implies you inherently possess the same creative capability. Your thoughts are not just random biochemical reactions confined to your brain. They are creative impulses, mental energies that interact with the universal mental field. Every idea, every belief, every mental image you hold is in some way contributing to the tapestry of your reality. This is the turning point. Manifestation stops being an act of trying to force something to happen in the outer world and becomes a process of aligning your own mind with the mental patterns of the reality you wish to create. You're not trying to attract something from outside. You're creating from the inside out, using the same mental substance the universe itself is made of. Truly understanding and deeply accepting the principle of mentalism is the essential first step to moving from the role of victim of circumstances to the position of conscious co-creator of your experience. It's recognizing that the power isn't out there. It's in here, in your ability to think, to imagine, to feel, and to direct your mental energy. This principle is the foundation, the rock upon which the other pillars of manifestation will be built. Without it, any attempt to shape reality remains shallow, like trying to build a castle on the quicksand of material illusion. The second pillar of manifestation, as above, so below, as below, so above. Once we accept the mental nature of the universe, the second great principle revealed by Thoth, known as the principle of correspondence, starts to make deep and transformative sense. It states, "As above, so below, as below, so above." This enigmatic maxim isn't just referring to a literal correspondence between heaven and earth, but to a much broader truth. There is a harmony, an analogy, a constant correspondence between the laws and phenomena of the various planes of existence. In other words, the same fundamental patterns that govern the macrocosm, the universe, the all, are reflected in the microcosm, the human being, nature, even a single cell, and vice versa. Think about the structure of an atom with electrons orbiting a nucleus and compare it to the structure of a solar system with planets spinning around a star. Think of the fractal patterns that repeat in nature, from the shape of a snowflake to the branching of a tree or the outline of a coastline. These are visible echoes of the principle of correspondence in action. But how does this apply to manifesting our personal reality? In a direct and powerful way. If as below, so above, that means your inner world, your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, your mental and emotional below, inevitably reflects in your outer world, your circumstances, experiences, relationships, your physical above. Your external reality is a faithful mirror of your internal state. It can't be otherwise because both are manifestations of the same universal mind, operating under the same laws. If you cultivate thoughts of scarcity, fear, and limitation internally, the universe, through correspondence, will reflect those qualities externally in your life. If, on the other hand, you align your mind with feelings of abundance, confidence, and possibility, the outer reality will tend to adjust to match that inner vibration. This principle teaches us that we cannot change the outer without first changing the inner. Trying to manipulate external circumstances without addressing the internal causes is like trying to straighten a shadow without moving the object casting it. True change begins on the mental and emotional plane. By understanding correspondence, we gain a powerful tool for both diagnosis and transformation. If something in your external life isn't the way you want it, instead of fighting the circumstance, you can look inward and ask, what mental or emotional pattern within me is creating this external correspondence? The answer to that question is the key to unlocking change. The principle of correspondence invites us to become masters of our inner microcosm, knowing that by doing so, we inevitably influence the macrocosm of our lived experience. The third pillar of manifestation: nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. With the understanding that the universe is mental, mentalism, and that our inner world reflects our outer world, correspondence, we arrive at the third essential pillar of manifestation, the principle of vibration. Thoth teaches us, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. This principle reveals that the difference between various manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and even spirit comes mainly from different rates of vibration. From the densest form of matter to the most subtle form of energy, everything is in a constant state of vibration, of movement. There is no absolute rest in the cosmos. What we perceive as solid, like the chair you're sitting on or the screen you're looking at, is, on a subatomic level, a whirlwind of energy vibrating at a specific frequency that our senses interpret as solidity. In the same way, our thoughts, emotions, and states of consciousness are also vibrations. A thought of anger vibrates at a different frequency than a thought of love. A feeling of fear has a different vibrational signature than a feeling of joy and confidence. This is where the crucial connection to manifestation lies. If everything is vibration, and if our external reality corresponds to our internal state, then to manifest a new reality, we need to learn how to adjust our own dominant vibration so it matches the vibration of the reality we want to experience. It's not enough to just think about abundance. You have to feel the vibration of abundance to embody the frequency of prosperity in your being. It's not enough to just visualize health. You need to cultivate the vibration of vitality and well-being in your cells, your mind, your emotions. The principle of vibration shows us that we are like radio stations, constantly broadcasting frequencies to the universe. The reality we tune into is the one that matches the frequency we're putting out. So manifestation becomes an act of consciously managing your own vibrational frequency. This means choosing thoughts that lift your vibration, cultivating emotions that resonate with your desires, and releasing low-frequency energy patterns, fear, guilt, resentment, that keep you stuck in undesired realities. Mastering the principle of vibration is about learning how to tune your inner instrument to play the melody of the life you truly long to hear and experience. It's the dynamic link that connects your mind, mentalism, to your world, correspondence, allowing creative energy to flow and take form. How the three principles interact in the creation of reality. Understanding the three pillars, mentalism, correspondence, and vibration, individually is essential, but the real magic of manifestation happens when we realize how they dance together, how they interact in a cosmic symphony that orchestrates our reality. They aren't isolated concepts, but interconnected facets of a single universal truth. Mentalism sets the stage, the universe is mind, and our thoughts are the raw material of creation. It's in the field of the mind that the seed of any manifestation is planted. Your intention, your vision, your belief, it all starts as a thought form on this mental plane. Next comes vibration. Every thought, every emotion attached to that thought carries a specific vibrational frequency. It's not enough to just have the idea, mentalism. You need to energize it with feeling, with conviction, raising its vibration so it resonates with the reality you want. If you think about prosperity, mentalism, but feel scarcity, low vibration, the mental seed has no fertile ground to grow in. Your dominant vibration is what acts like a beacon, a lighthouse, attracting experiences of similar frequency. Finally, the principle of correspondence acts as the cosmic mirror, the mechanism through which the universe faithfully reflects what's happening on your mental, or mentalism, an energetic vibration stage. What's inside your mind and vibration shows up outside your circumstances. The reality you experience is the exact match of your dominant inner landscape. So, conscious manifestation becomes a continuous flow. You plant the seed in the mental field, mentalism. Nurture it with the right vibration through feeling and focus, vibration, and then watch the outer world adjust to reflect that new internal setting, correspondence. It's a constant creative cycle. Mastering these three principles means learning to consciously manage each step of that cycle. It means choosing your thoughts wisely, cultivating emotional states that raise your vibration, and trusting the process of correspondence, knowing the universe is always responding to your frequency. It's not about forcing the universe into submission, but about aligning with its fundamental laws, becoming the conductor of your own energy, and, as a result, a conscious co-creator of your reality. Understanding that all is mind is the first step, but how do we apply that practically to shape our reality? How do we tune this powerful mental instrument we possess? The key lies in developing focus and clarity of intention. If the mind is the field of creation, our thoughts are the seeds, but a scattered mind, jumping from thought to thought, full of contradictions and doubts, is like a garden where weeds choke the plants we actually want to grow. To consciously manifest, we need to learn how to direct our mental energy deliberately and consistently. One of the most powerful tools for this is creative visualization. This isn't just daydreaming. It's using your imagination in a focused way to build a clear and vivid mental image of the reality you want. When you visualize, you're not just seeing the end result. You're feeling the emotions tied to it, experiencing it as if it's already real on your mental plane. That combination of a clear image and elevated emotion creates a powerful energetic blueprint in the universal mental field. Another essential tool is positive affirmations, but used with awareness. There's no point in repeating phrases robotically if they don't resonate with your internal belief system. Effective affirmations are the ones you actually feel are true on some level, or at least open the door to the possibility. They work like subconscious reprogrammers, helping to replace old limiting patterns with new beliefs aligned with your goals. Equally important is the practice of mindfulness in your daily life. Being aware of your habitual thoughts, observing your mental patterns without judgment, allows you to identify and disarm negative or limiting thoughts that sabotage your manifestation efforts. It's about becoming the guardian of your mental garden, actively choosing which thoughts to water and which ones to pull out by the roots. Practically mastering mentalism isn't about controlling every single thought. That would be exhausting and impossible, but about consciously choosing where to place your dominant focus. It's about setting a clear intention, visualizing it with feeling, and holding that vision with mental discipline, even when the outer world doesn't yet reflect it. It's a continuous practice of using your mind as the creative tool it truly is. The principle of correspondence tells us that our outer world is a mirror of our inner world. But how do we use that mirror practically to speed up our manifestation? The key is to learn how to read the message that reality is constantly sending us. Instead of reacting with frustration or resignation to unwanted circumstances, we can see them as valuable feedback, as a precise diagnosis of our current inner state. If you keep finding yourself in interpersonal conflict, for example, the principle of correspondence suggests there's an unresolved internal conflict, maybe beliefs about not being good enough, fear of rejection, or suppressed anger that's being mirrored externally. The solution isn't trying to change other people, but rather looking inward and healing the internal source of that pattern. If financial scarcity is a recurring theme, instead of blaming the economy or a lack of opportunity, ask yourself, what beliefs about money, worthiness, and abundance am I holding internally that are creating this external match? Maybe there's a deep fear of not having enough, a belief that money is dirty or hard to earn, or a sense of unworthiness that needs to be addressed. Using correspondence in practice involves cultivating honest self-observation. Keep a journal, reflect on repeating patterns in your life, and look for connections with your dominant thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. Ask yourself, what is this external situation trying to show me about myself? Another practical application is to use the outer world as a training ground for your inner state. If you want more love in your life, start being more loving toward yourself and others, no matter the current circumstances. Act as if love is already abundant in your life. That internal shift, that embodiment of the desired quality, will inevitably start attracting external matches that reflect this new state. Correspondence frees us from the trap of fighting the reflection. It empowers us to go straight to the source, to work on our own being, knowing that as we transform our inner microcosm, the macrocosm of our external reality will shift in harmony. Now we know that everything vibrates, and that our dominant frequency attracts matching experiences. But how can we on a day-to-day basis consciously raise our vibration and tune into the frequency of the reality we want? How do we move from theory to the practice of becoming masters of our own energy? The answer lies in deliberately cultivating high-frequency inner states. Our emotions are our most direct vibrational guidance system. They work like an internal thermometer, indicating whether we're vibrating in harmony with our desires, good feelings like joy, love, enthusiasm, or in dissonance, bad feelings like fear, anger, frustration. Learning to pay attention to your emotions and use them as a guide is crucial. When you feel bad, recognize that your vibration is low and out of alignment. Instead of sinking deeper into that feeling, ask yourself, what's a slightly better thought I could choose right now? What focus would bring me some relief, even if just a little? Gradually shifting your focus toward thoughts that generate better feelings is a powerful way to raise your frequency. Gratitude is perhaps one of the most potent and accessible vibrational tools. Cultivating a genuine feeling of gratitude for what you already have, even the simplest things, instantly raises your vibration. Make gratitude a daily practice. Mentally or physically list things you're thankful for and feel the appreciation in your heart. It shifts your point of attraction from lack to what is already abundant. Love and compassion for yourself and others are extremely high-frequency states. Practicing self-forgiveness, releasing resentment, offering kindness and understanding All of that contributes to a more harmonious and magnetic vibrational field. Actively seek joy and enthusiasm. What makes you feel alive? What sparks your passion? Spending time doing things that genuinely bring you joy isn't a luxury, it's a necessity to keep your vibration high. Follow your bliss because it's a signal from your soul pointing the way. Let's not forget the physical body. Taking care of your body through good nutrition, regular exercise, proper sleep, and hydration is essential because our physical state directly impacts our vibrational state. A healthy body supports a high vibration more easily. Your environment also matters. Surround yourself with positive, inspiring people. Consume content that uplifts you. Create a physical space that brings you peace and well-being. Minimize your exposure to negativity and drama. Even music and sound can be used therapeutically to shift your frequency. Listen to music that inspires you and makes you feel good. Raising your vibration isn't about being positive all the time. We're human, and we experience a full range of emotions. It's about developing awareness and the tools to return more quickly to a high-frequency state, becoming a conscious tuner of your own energetic instrument. We've reached the end of this initial exploration of the 3 fundamental pillars of manifestation passed down through the timeless wisdom of Thoth. We've walked the path from understanding that the universe is mental through the mirror law of correspondence to the energetic dynamics of vibration. We've seen how these principles are not just abstract theories, but practical and powerful tools to take back the reins of our reality creation. Mastering these principles isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing journey of self-awareness, discipline, and alignment. It's an invitation to stop being a passive observer of life and become an active participant, a conscious co-creator of your destiny. By integrating mentalism, you learn to choose your thoughts and intentions wisely, planting the right seeds in the garden of your mind. By applying correspondence, you decode the messages of your outer world, using it as a guide for inner transformation. And by mastering vibration, you become a master of your own energy, tuning your frequency to resonate with the joy, abundance, and love you want to manifest. True mastery lies in the integration of these 3 aspects, in the fluid dance between thought, feeling, and aligned action. It's about recognizing the immense power within you, the divine spark capable of shaping worlds. It's not about instant magic, but about a deep commitment to your own growth and evolution. Every day offers a new opportunity to practice, to observe, to adjust your vibration, and to strengthen your connection with the universal mind. Remember, you're not trying to force reality to bend to your will. You're learning to flow with the universal laws, becoming a clear channel for the creative energy that flows through everything. The reality you seek already exists as a potential in the quantum field, waiting for you to align your vibration, to bring it into manifested existence. The power has always been and will always be within you. Now you have the keys. Use them with wisdom, with love, and with the intention to create not only a better life for yourself, but also to contribute to the elevation of collective consciousness. The journey is just beginning. But wait, don't leave just yet. The exploration of these principles is vast and deep, and to help you take the next steps on this journey to mastery, we've prepared a very special video, where we dive even deeper into how to apply this knowledge in your daily life. We want to keep this conversation going and guide you even further. So click now on the video that's appearing on your screen, and let's meet there to uncover even more secrets of manifestation.